up, guys? So we are back with another Q&A. Shoot, let's see, where do we start? Let's go here. Let's start here. All right. Can you upload the progress of dealing with an aggressive dog? No, because that is an individual thing. You must see a trainer. What I would do with an aggressive dog that I have here could be possibly different than what you would do with an aggressive dog back home or wherever you're at. You really have to see a trainer to help deal with that dog's individual issue. Going off of like YouTube or stuff that you see on my page or anyone else's page, and trying to utilize that concept or that method in theory to your individual dog can be harmful, can get you hurt, can get your dog hurt, and could be bad training. So no. What kind of kennels do y'all use for your personal dogs? We use kennels from the Kennel Superstore online. We also have Ruffling kennels that I have not picked up from our friend Ricky, and we have some basic shell kennels you can get on Amazon. Can you buy me Airpods? Motherfucker, I don't even have Airpods. The fuck I want to buy you Airpods for? Go make some money and buy your own goddamn Airpods. Fucking people. Does having a dog trained by someone outside of their home confuse whose authority? Yes, it can. I mean, actually, it's not going to confuse the authority, but I mean, what happens is if someone else is doing the training and then they drop the dog back home to you and you're not doing the same training or doing any training, yeah, I mean, there's no relationship in that way, so it can not confuse authority, but what it can is your relationship that you have is going to be different than the relationship they have with that person who's actually doing the training. So practice, get some reps in, do some training with them. It doesn't have to be the same thing, but just get some reps in with them, and that way you can have some form of authority on them. How long can I keep my dog in the crate during the day? So this is I get this question a lot. A lot of people want to know how long is too long. For me, sometimes my dogs are in the crate for 8 hours, maybe even longer, depending on what my schedule looks like. But if I know my schedule is going to be pretty hectic, then I do the proper amount of exercise and training before and after. Also, my dogs are acclimated to being in the kennel for long periods of time, just because that's our life. So, I mean, you can keep your dog in the kennel as long as you do the proper training and exercise. How to teach a puppy to stay in place. And then thanks for all you do. No, thank you, appreciate you. We appreciate all the support we get. We try to be as helpful as possible, as much as we can through this online stuff. But how to teach a puppy to stay in a place. It's reps. It's tons and tons of reps. You gotta, mark the place itself, mark the duration of it, and then continue to add to it. Keep track of your training. Train every day, and just continuously work on it. When do you think a dog is ready to train off leash? That's independent of the dog. How does the dog know all its commands positively? Does it know it balanced? Is it solid on leash? If it's solid on leash and 100% or at least high up there, then yeah, start training off leash and make sure you have some form of off leash control like an e-collar. So yeah. How hard would it be to swap a dog from IPO to PSA? My dog counters by pulling. So I started in Schutzen or IPO, and dogs do that natural drop. They need to pull to take down the guy and all that stuff or stop him. And now we're recently training in PSA. A lot of these PSA dogs that I've seen do pull a lot too, as long as the grips are full. It may make it harder for the decoy to drive the dog, but I don't see why it wouldn't be an issue unless the targeting is hard for them. But I'll try them out. Find a PSA, PSA club in your area and see, test it out, see how it goes. Did you come to France sometimes? Or I have not been to France, but I would like to. If you'd like to put on a Primal Canine seminar, Aaron and I would love to go. Dog is so distracted on walks, pulls, and can't get his attention. So start training your dog. Train your dog professional. This is the problem that I get, and this is the problem I have with doing these things. Is we have really simple issues. My dog pulls, my dog's distracted, my dog does this. Get your dog trained. Go to a trainer. Start training with them. We're going to do an online course coming here pretty soon, but until then, start training your dog. Start using the proper tools. Start marking positive behaviors. Create the positive behaviors. Start correcting negative behaviors, but do it in a way that your dog understands. And the only way you can do that is by seeking out professional help. How to get dog to stay with only the basic sit down place without saying stay? Well, I mean, that's simple. You tell the dog to sit, they sit, you mark it as positive, great job. They get up, you tell them no, and you correct it until you tell them another command or you release them. How important is it for your dog to walk kind of behind you? I don't really feel it's important at all. I mean, to define, like for us, the definition of a heel is a little space we call the bubble on the left-hand side or right-hand side. You know, the definition of it is dependent on the owner. So, I mean, behind or in front, as long as the dog stays in the position you want him to, it should be fine. So that's all I'm going to answer. The biggest thing for me, guys, and especially when we're doing this stuff, all we can do is offer small training tips. We can't really, you know, fix all these little issues you have through Instagram. You know, you got to find a trainer in your area. If you can't afford a trainer in your area, save up, get a trainer in your area. We will be doing an online training course here pretty soon that will be coming out. So that'll be an option. But the same thing, you know, good training isn't cheap and cheap training isn't good. So get to it.